Hey everybody, just stand by 1 second. We are working through a bit of a technical issue. As you can see, it's not my fault this time. Tee-hee-hee. Switch back. But we'll be right with you momentarily. The radio side also needs to be down.
I know he didn't say Tahiti.
Tee-hee, motherfucking
Tahiti.
Tahiti. It's a magical place.
I want to sing.
We're gonna go anyway because the other thing can work itself out.
Right. So yesterday we started a new show called New-ish, where we premiere music, new poems. It could be from an old person, but new material. Right.
You don't have to be new people. You just have to
In other words, it could be Glow up there. You know Glow.
I know Glow.
But have you heard her new material, her New-ish yet? Right? So that's what the show is for.
Right.
And I'm really excited. So yesterday we had a young lady in here that sings la 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 la.
Okay.
And so I was like,
she was awesome.
you're going to do the show.
Was she awesome?
She was awesome.
Oh my goodness.
And so
I love awesome.
She was like my favorite. I said, what do you want to be when you grow up? Give me what you think she said.
I want to be a princess.
That's what you say. Give me what you think she said.
Doctor?
No.
She
wants to be a singer. But she didn't say, I want to be a singer.
Oh, what did
she said, I want to be
famous.
Give me a word, man. What encompasses fame, singing?
I want to be a legend. I want to be
everything.
An icon. I want to be
all of that.
I want to be
she wants
Aretha.
To be all of that. She said, Beyonce. What do you want to be when you grow up? Beyonce.
I want to be Beyonce.
I said, well, Beyonce, why?
There's already a Beyonce.
And she said, she says, I'm going to say it in one word.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And it's Beyonce. And then we asked, well, why Beyonce? She says her success, the fact that everybody in the world knows her, the fact that, you know what I'm saying? She kind of broke down those things in a 12-year-old way. Maybe knows not those exact words, but in a 12-year-old way, she said basically that. And I thought it was very cute. And so I said, well, so me, truth be told, half people don't be mad at me. I love Beyonce, but I don't think she's like
one TV, right?
The best singer in the land, right? Like
Beyonce's a really
good
singer.
I know, but I didn't think. But to me, I didn't never have her in my mind as like a singer. Like I saw her as an entertainer, an overall dance, look good, boom, boom, music sounds good.
I can see that. I can see how that overshadows her actual ability
to sing, right?
I mean, her pipes.
So now wait. So then when the movie came out with Jennifer Hudson and Jamie Foxx and everybody, you know what I'm saying? Jennifer Hudson was killing her.
She was.
Man,
she was doing well.
Killing her the whole movie.
Jennifer Hudson is a
then
different
Beyonce,
type of
because she's a different type of singer, right? But Beyonce came out with, because I asked her, what's your favorite song, right? She said, Love on Top. I said, that's my favorite song too, right? She said, but my favorite song to sing of Beyonce's is Listen. And I was like, because that's the song where it actually shows her talent. Listen.
Right.
In my heart. It gave me goosebumps. I said, you better sing. And it gave me goosebumps when Beyonce sang it too.
This young lady here?
Yes.
Okay.
And she sings it in that as well.
Okay.
Listen.
So we're just gonna show just a little bit. But go ahead, keep talking.
I was like, I want to know. It's probably not too far. You probably could find her singing it, but they can't hear, can they?
No.
Oh, okay.
No hearing.
No hearing.
No
today.
hearing. No hearing.
But she's gorgeous, and she sang that song, and it gave me little goosebumps. And so she's going to come on Wednesdays to practice as we get the new studio set up and everything and all that good stuff. But just to be around and, get to soak in the TV and the radio part and hosting and singing and all that good stuff. Just being around the culture.
Oh, man. This is so... She's so cute.
She's so cute, and she has
smile.
it all.
I love it. And I love to see little ones just really make their mark and try and push and strike out to and
create. Not be shy. She wasn't shy. It was like, give me the mic. And so if you look, scroll on the next, because that was meeting in the ladies' room. But scroll up on the thing so you can show everybody the new show that's called New-ish, and our new show host for that. Look at that hair, looking fly. Thank you, baby. Oh, you know what? Go to my page, babe. Oh yeah, go to my page because I think I put it on the new show debut. It was probably on my page.
Okay, hold on. Anyway, keep talking.
You know, so I'm gonna beat these people up.
You're gonna beat who up?
These people that do not know how to put the camera straight. I think they like the sideways look. But this show here, the New-ish show, if you are a singer, if you know a singer, we're literally going to be doing like live concerts. I want the whole, you know, the music, the band, all that stuff behind that.
Why does it feel like, well, we're good over here, but now suddenly, anyway, no, yeah, the concept of New-ish is definitely the ish. Sorry. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, that's me matching my purse.
Nika walks into a salon now, and she's on some old, I would like, hold on a second. I want one of these. Can you do that?
No, that was me.
Yes, I know. But you're showing that without having to speak and say, I want this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just match me to my stuff.
Do your hair, do my hair like my hair be doing.
All right, there's a ladies' room again.
It should be before that. Yeah, keep scrolling up because it went on. Oh. Did they take, huh?
I don't know. Okay. Well, we'll find out and we'll bring it to you. Don't forget to always tune in to the One TV, the One Radio. The entire media hub is at your disposal.
That's right, baby.
And please keep watching because you never know what kind of new-ish or hot stuff is really going to be over the airwaves, and you definitely do not want to miss it.
That's
you don't want to be the one that, well, you definitely want to be the one, right? But you don't want to be the one that has no idea what people are talking about when they say, hey, did you see? You don't want to be that person.
Right.
So stay in the know and keep it locked on the One.
Yes. I love it.
So it is a beautiful, right? It was dark when I got here. It's nice, right?
It's nice. Okay. It's nice. It doesn't look like rainy or anything. It looks like it's gonna be sunny again and hot.
Well, tis. I'm gonna get this. The current temperature in the Alamo City is 77 degrees. It's gorgeous outside, and the high today will be 102 degrees, staying strong in the triple digits all the way through Saturday. The low tonight is going to be 75, which is always great at 3 o'clock in the morning. But when do we get some of that 75? When we awake and walking around and looking around. I don't know. Anyway, tomorrow the high will be 101 with a low of 76, and look forward to another 100-degree day on Saturday.
All right.
My gosh. So warm. Meanwhile, there's like a cold front going through the upper part of the country and over into the East Coast, because those guys are getting temperatures in the 70s. High. The 70 is 70 is high today.
I'm so jealous.
High. I'm 70. What? Anyway, so yeah. So I mean, eventually though, stuff is gonna come this way. And another thing on the weather front, real quick, keep all the good folks in Hawaii in your prayers, because there is a hurricane category 4 right now, that's about to really bear down on the islands, even though it's already, creating a bit of an issue. I saw footage this morning of supermarkets. All the water aisles completely bare. All of the bread aisles completely bare. Supermarkets are having a hard time staying stocked. And remember, they're on an island, right? So there's no really restocking ships or planes that are really trying to get over there right now because of the hurricane. So I mean, they still have plenty of stuff, and they don't have to, you don't need a ship or planes to get bread and to get water and I mean, they have that stuff. They can make that stuff over there. But yeah, it is all the models. If you can see right now, all the hurricane models are really just saying hurricane for you. I mean, look.
Yeah, no, they
all the models
are
all the trajectories are really just saying,
please go get shelter.
You please get shelter.
Yeah,
right.
And
tape for
on
the windows
that note,
and all that stuff.
It is hurricane season. You know, there's a season for hurricanes every year, and it almost a year, if not, I don't know exactly the date, but you know, Puerto Rico just got power like last week, like all to where they have the majority of their power back.
So I was talking to, because you know, I'm in the know,
right? And it's been like a year, right?
I was talking to my my in-laws. I married into a Puerto Rican family, right? Mm-hmm. Or they married into mine. I don't know, who am I to say? Anyway, you don't care. So I married a Puerto Rican, and her family was actually telling me, okay, so they announced, only one person really announced, and it was the mayor of San Juan or something, that power has been restored 100% to the island. But there were conflicting reports on the island and island newspapers that said that is not true. Right. So, but what happens is you just want to grab on to, you know, at least, you know, what's happening here. Everybody just wants to grab on to, oh, okay, they're fine now.
Right.
But it deflects from the idea or from the truth that they're not completely fine yet. There's still a lot of places on that island that do not have power, that had power before.
Right.
And just like, oh yeah, only 46 people died, and it turns out it was almost 2,000 people.
Right.
That, you know,
and it just, that whole scenario makes me mad, sad, and everything in between, because it is an American, we are one, right? But it was treated like it was somewhere else.
Yeah.
So that really gave me, it was really heartbreaking that we have to remind people that they're people, right? And we shouldn't have to say that's part of America, like we should, for us to care, right? No, it's just people that are in need, and not having power for that long. I mean, they had so many issues, from water, from power, from the food that was provided by the help structure that they put in place, right? And they went and gave them, dropped off all these million meals that needed freaking electricity heat up that we ain't got. So now it's like we still hungry. You know, there are things to where there's meals where that don't need to be heated up, so people can still get their nourishment and eat. Right. It just, you know, little things like that, and it's huge stuff, possibly made small mistakes by certain people along the way that creates a huge thing. You know,
there are supposed to be those mechanisms in place to make sure that you have experts in those fields that know how to handle emergencies, right? So, and then also you have to want to help. That's the other thing. You have to you have to want to help. So in a situation like Puerto Rico, oh, we're going to bring a bunch of generators. Great, but there's a gas shortage. How don't you know that?
Right.
So you're going to bring more gasoline in so that the lines to get 1 gallon of gas aren't, 5 hours long.
Right.
And then 1 gallon of gas is going to last us just a couple of hours.
Because it's going to be gone because everybody needs it.
And then we're going to go back into line for 5 hours, but you don't have any gas. But we don't want to lose our place in line. Right. When the military comes. But then, then they bounce after a little while. We're leaving.
We're leaving now.
Why are you leaving?
Right.
Or why did it take you so long to get here in the first place? If you have hospital ships in the area, why aren't they here? Evacuating the hospitals that have no power,
but so still have people there, right?
Right, so that the ICUs are packed. Right, and there's no power. The generator has no gas. How are we keeping these people alive? Oh, there's a hospital ship just right over there. Well,
bring it.
Dock it.
Yeah.
And help us. And these ships are not like you would think, oh, well, it's a boat or what have you. But when you really think about it, when you really see one of these guys in person, these are cities on water. Right? They're not small places. Like if you have an aircraft carrier in the area that can dock in Puerto Rico,
right,
that is another city that just came to help your city or your state or your country.
Yeah.
A city. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, and don't be stingy with it. Now, let me not say it. Let me not say
Who is Martha Montas?
Marta Montas. Oh, that's my aunt. What?
Martha Montas says, Hola, Jose. Bendiciones. Te quiero mucho. Saludos a tu fila y congratulations in your programs.
All right. Very good. You got it. Some of it in English and some of it in Spanish. And they look the same, right? And
I was like, how's she going to write the whole sentence in Spanish and then be like, in your programs?
No. In you programs.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hola, Jose Benítez.
Gracias, bendición tía. Thank you very much, Marta Montaz. She's a
Gracias,
great lady.
Marta.
She's watching.
Yo me gusta leche.
Loves her some cannot have milk. If you guys only knew the behind the scenes. All right, so Today is August 23rd, and we're celebrating a couple of things today. Today is National Ride the Wind Day. All right, so if you like kites or maybe those
surfing thingies, those air surfer,
oh my gosh,
jump off a cliff and just ride the wind.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Nah. Look at me. Nah. Not unless there's a TV camera there. I only do things for filming.
And then even then, you might be disappointed because I will not.
Yes, for TV
Zay ugly cries.
For TV
That's a different impression than what I want to make. So maybe not.
Yes.
Maybe not on TV.
I'm gonna make that happen.
And to know, you're gonna try to
just
make
so
that
I can
happen.
see that face.
And today is also National Sponge Cake Day, and it has no nuts in it. Look at you.
Maybe I'm like,
you're like I could
do a sponge cake.
Do a little angel food. Now maybe a little.
Is that what angel food cake is? Sponge cake?
A sponge cake. That's basically, I mean, it's a little denser, I guess.
Yeah.
But sponge cake. A little sponge cake, maybe put some strawberries on it.
Whipped cream.
I mean, a little whipped cream.
Yeah.
In your face.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
You're going to love it.
I might be able to do that.
Go get yourself some sponge cake, put whatever you want on top of it right before you vomit it up.
While
ride
you're
in the
riding
wind.
Because that's what he's going to do.
I would. No. That's what I would do.
Did you get that, Nika?
I'll be that guy.
Happening. Making calls after the show.
Passed out. No.
So look, I got so yesterday I was in the beautician, the beauty spot, which is Beauty Connections. Please go check them out. As you can see, my hair is nice and fly. Ooh. Got a fresh perm, so it's all just laying down all nice and fabulous.
Just
I didn't get my nails done, but I'm going back tomorrow to get my nails done. Massage. All that good stuff. Beauty Connections is definitely where it's at. You can get your brows done. You can get lashes, individual extensions put in. So, one of those all-day affairs, get drunk and get beautiful.
Right.
You got to love that, right? So, I was there. Mm-hmm. I looked up. What did I see? Zay Zay.
There's a rap song. I looked up. What did I see? It was the K to the A to the N to the E. You remember Jane? Remember
I looked
Jane?
up, and what did I see? It was the J to the A to the Y to the Z. That's what I saw.
Because there's too many letters to put it in
right.
Hold on a second. So you were at the Beauty Connection?
I was at the Beauty Connections, and of course that's, you can get jewelry and candles and your hair done and glasses and all kinds of stuff. So definitely hit up Beauty Connection and Nikki Merle. But yeah, I was sitting in the chair, looked up, and boom, Zay Zay. On the commercial.
I've heard, and I thank you guys very much for hitting us up.
Sharon just said, been seeing your TV commercial, Mr. Zay Zay.
I haven't seen it. I don't know what it looks like. I might have had a boogie. I don't know.
You didn't have a booger.
I look
good.
Boogie?
Yep, yours good.
All right.
And I don't know why that dude's face was all big, because I didn't listen to the commercial. I just saw you, and I was like, Zay Zay, Zay Zay, Zay Zay, Zay Zay.
That many times.
So it was good stuff. Yay.
Cool. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm looking forward to perhaps one day receiving a copy from somebody.
Right.
Or finding it online, which I Googled it real quick just to see, I haven't seen it, and I didn't see it real quick, so I just kept it moving.
Well,
but I'll see it.
You'll see it.
Cool.
You'll see it, but it's good, and you look good, and all that kind of good stuff. That's what we do. Anybody out there looking for commercial people?
Ding. Right.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Are we ready for?
What do you have?
Are we ready for like talks
for world stuff? Yeah, we can. If you're a fan of The Big Bang Theory, I don't know if you've ever watched that show.
I am.
Love that show.
I am a fan
of The Big Bang Theory. I love them. I love watching the show. One of the things that you realize as you run through life as a fan of anything is that there inevitably will be somebody you meet along your path who has a disdain for what you love, right? So, and I've met a good handful of people who just don't like The Big Bang Theory because, and some people because of its depiction of nerd culture. Right? No, that's not how we are. That's not. It's like, oh my gosh, can you just enjoy a thing? That just enjoy a thing for what it is. Like, I like The Big Bang Theory. I like the characters. I like the cast. I like the jokes. I like the funny. It's written very well, and it has lasted over a decade on the air, right?
It's been on for a minute.
So this, if you are a fan of The Big Bang Theory, is going to come.
It come to an end?
Everything
comes to an end.
Everything comes
That's
to an
the
end.
bad thing about the sitcoms, though, right? Because literally 10 years you grew up with that.
Right.
Somebody was 5 when it came on.
This is going to be the 12th season.
So the 12th season. So somebody started watching it at 5 or 6, and now what's 6 plus 12?
Some carry the one. 18 years old.
Now they're 18 years old, so they literally lived growing up watching it. So Cosby Show, all of that stuff. I don't even know how long Cosby's run was.
Okay, so the longest running sitcom on television until now, like until the Big Bang Theory finishes. When they finish, they will have surpassed Cheers.
Oh, Cheers!
They will have surpassed Cheers as the longest running live action sitcom in history, right? At the end of the 12th season. But this is the last season for them. They released a statement yesterday, and everybody in the cast took to Instagram to say, oh, we're sad, but it's been a great show. And they're still, I think, the #1 sitcom in the world.
Yeah.
So they're going out on top.
On top,
they're
right? Instead of which is good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because when you go out on top, then there's always that possibility of coming back 10 years later when y'all are real old and do the remake.
Right.
The bring back, you know what I'm saying? Like
hello, Will and Grace. Hello, Roseanne.
Hello, Roseanne. You're right.
Oh my gosh. What's this other show that's coming back right now? Magnum PI is coming back.
Magnum PI. Why?
So I don't know.
I think I like Magnum PI, but I'm gonna still say
Can I honestly
why?
Well, I was too little to enjoy anything Magnum-esque, right?
Yeah.
And every time I would see it, it was just like, this man with the big mustache. You know what? I'm good. The car was cool.
His mustache was huge.
The car was cool though, because and it was the 70s, right? I think so, or the 80s, 70s, 80s, whatever it was. It was really all about the cars at one point in television. You remember?
Oh,
it was all about
Kit
the cars.
Was the ish.
Kit.
I still
the
want
General Lee.
Kit.
Magnum PI's car. Starsky and Hutch. They had that car that was red with the big Nike swoosh on the side.
Was that when Dukes of Hazzard was in?
Dukes of Hazzard was the General Lee.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I can't remember what it's called.
Come on, man. What strapping 16-year-old boy didn't want to fantasize about driving the General Lee and having Daisy Duke next to them while they rode down all the way to their middle school, and the oohs and the ahs and then whatever could happen afterward.
The people, of course, being an African American, I feel like people were mad because
what are the words that you just said?
African American. People were mad that we was watching Dukes of Hazzard because of the flag on the car.
Flag.
But I was like, but Dixie and Duke and Bo, and
it's a fun show.
But they used to climb through the windows. I used, you know how many times I done climbed through my daddy's Toyota Celica window because of the Dukes of Hazzard.
Right.
If you don't get your little black ass down from why are you climbing through my car window?
Open that door. What are we?
I was like, because the Dukes.
What are we? The Dukes.
I tried the Dukes of Hazzard. They the one that did it.
Dukes.
And
Mia just reminded us that Murphy Brown is also coming back.
Murphy Brown? Why?
Because we
that was
need
popular. Murphy was popular.
Murphy Brown was very
It's
popular,
very
and that's
popular.
coming back with the original cast. Will and
The
Grace.
original cast.
Yes. Well,
Most
of the original cast.
I
So
feel
Murphy
like they
Brown,
was older. I feel like they died, but I guess not.
No.
Look at me. I guess
Murphy,
not.
Murphy Brown. Hello. Murphy Brown is still a newscaster, I guess, and still an
What?
anchor and
After
whatever.
all these years.
After all these years.
Man,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, you go out on top and you can bring it back. But I really want to know how long some of our shows lasted, because were we like literally from
MacGyver's back.
MacGyver's
on.
back, and I like MacGyver.
Lethal
Anybody
Weapon
who can
became
get
a television show,
and I like
and
that.
I love both of those
I like
shows
both of
so
them, too.
much. I love them so
Yeah,
much.
I do. I do, and I like MacGyver.
Yeah,
I try to
MacGyver's
MacGyver
great.
my own stuff a lot. You know, bobby pin, chewing gum, penny. It's gonna do
Riding the wind.
right. It's gonna do nothing for you. I just, I need to open this door. Grab me a bobby pin, some chewing gum, and a penny.
Right. What are you gonna do? Well, I'm gonna chew the gum. I'm gonna put up my hair, and I'm gonna put this penny in this jar
I'm
with all
gonna-
my other pennies.
And then I'm gonna call somebody to open the door.
Oh,
Yeah, I used to love
Okay.
Mr. MacGyver, man. I
these
used to
just the
love it.
things that I need. So yeah, so there's a lot of so you're right. Big Bang Theory could definitely find a resurgence in 10 years where everybody's married, everybody got kids, and people have continued on, or when they run out of ideas and then just want to make quick cash and boom, and let's do a Big Bang Theory
Remake.
celebrate like a reunion
Yeah,
or
yeah.
any of those things. Funnily enough, something like Seinfeld
Seinfeld.
has not come back yet, or has not, like, we haven't caught up with
And
those
see,
guys
to
yet,
me, Seinfeld was a brilliant show, right?
You know what's interesting is I never caught the fever for Seinfeld.
Really?
I never caught the fever. I would try. I would watch. Let me watch, and okay, yeah, I would get a couple of chuckles here and there. But right now, even in reruns, I'll see it and change the channel.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't.
What's the
I'm not
well,
interested.
who's the dude that was being a racist and said something about black people? Was that Kramer?
Kramer. That was
I feel
Kramer.
like when that happened
in a comedy club,
yeah.
and somebody shot it on their phone, and then he was like screaming to the rafters, "Oh, N-word, 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 N-word!"
Yeah.
And that dude ended up. Oh my gosh, the apology tour was crazy on that one too.
Because that you can't. There might be more black people watching than you think.
Also, where is he now?
Nowhere. That's what I'm saying. You got to watch who you throw
I
that
saw
N-word
this
around
guy.
and
This guy
demean
called
black
in.
people.
This guy called in. I think it was David Letterman or Jay Leno. Because this happened a while ago. And Seinfeld was a guest, and Kramer called in. And you just hear they're talking to him, and he's like apologizing, whatever. And you just kind of see Seinfeld sitting there, Jerry Seinfeld kind of sitting there, and just with this very incredibly uncomfortable kind of vibe. But the idea was that, okay, if we reassociate him with the good stuff and he apologizes, that maybe people will accept him again. I'm pretty sure he's working on his own thing, or just home somewhere, or unless he truly wants to embrace the alt-right and make a comeback,
I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna have to marry a black woman. You're gonna have to come out in the streets with some dark meat. Talking about how much you love her.
Yeah, this is my boo.
This is my baby. And
I am diddy-da-doo, boot up.
Yeah,
Keisha, come here for a second. Introduce yourself to the people,
to the
please.
people, right? Hi, my name is Keisha.
Hi, I'm Keisha. That's my boo.
Yeah, you gonna have to come back at it, because
And you still gonna look at him like,
yeah, right, because we don't like people that don't like black people. It's pretty simple.
Right.
We do not like people that don't like black people.
don't like black people.
So
Anyway.
when you make yourself feel like or seem like you don't like black people, we don't like you.
Right. Easy peasy. Do unto others.
Oh, speaking of that, I had to giggle because I thought about Paul, because I thought about Trump, and that's all why we woo woo and woo woo. This dude.
What are the words you just said?
Woo woo. It didn't matter,
Okay.
right? The woo woo and the woo woo woo. All to say that town hall meeting, this guy was sitting. I sat at his table because I was filming, right?
Okay.
And Tommy Calvert, who is the commissioner, one of the commissioners, he does not like Trump, and he makes it very vocal that he doesn't like.
Well,
him.
he is also a politician
He is.
who is making it very clear
I don't support.
I'm not
connected to support or
right.
anything like that with Trump.
Okay.
And so they were asking him a question, and Tommy Calvert says, well, you know, we are an America that voted Trump into office, so anything's possible,
right.
you know, or whatever the case may be. And the guy in the back said, and Tommy said something about it, and then the guy in the back said, your opinion. And I was like, and he said, well, yeah, it is my opinion. You know, he wanted to say the opinion of a whole, not just me, you know, but he brought it back, and he was like, yes, it is my opinion.
Stay measured.
Right. It is my opinion. This is what I believe. And so the guy just, and I wanted to turn the camera and be like, Trump supporter. Paul, call this guy. Y'all can have coffee.
Y'all can be friends.
Y'all can be friends.
Paul, I found you a friend.
Go play basketball together.
I found you a friend.
Found you a friend.
One more. In the
But
community.
it was an old school
Wow.
dude, man, old school black dude. And I thought to myself, and I kind of actually wanted to ask him why he was a Trump supporter, you know, but I didn't have time. He was in the middle of stuff, but it was curious. It was
you know
interesting.
what? That's a great segue too, because one of the but now that the Manafort trial, this first Manafort trial, is over, people are interviewing the jurors.
Oh,
right?
Lord,
they're
you know,
getting
them
to interview
jurors,
the jurors, and it came out yesterday that it was one person that prevented it from being a clean sweep of guilty on all the charges. It was one person.
What?
One female, one lady, juror, who is a Trump supporter and didn't want Paul Manafort to be guilty. But the evidence was so overwhelming on 8 of the counts that she couldn't reason it away. Like, she couldn't figure out how to get over, and she was like, well, I guess. But out of all the jurors, it was only one holdout for all that time.
Wow.
That was saying no,
and that was
no.
her.
And she was a Trump. She was like, and she admitted, she was like, look, I didn't want Paul Manafort to be guilty. Like, she said it straight up. Obviously, she said it on, you know, at home base, Fox News, right? She said it at Fox News. But essentially, that was the situation. She didn't want Paul Manafort to be guilty, but he was. And that, you know, that's kind of what you want the jury system to be like, especially in a world right now where we're so divided, right? And things and people are so divisive, and media is so divisive, and it's hard to break through each other's bubbles, right? I'm in a bubble, you're in a bubble, Paul's in a bubble, Jimmy's in a bubble, Kanisha's in a bubble. Everybody's in their own kind of bubble, and the issue is when it comes to bubbles that we don't try as human beings to go outside of that. If we have the entirety of human knowledge in our hands, what we do is we tend to gravitate towards people that think like us, or people that agree with our current belief system, as opposed to challenging ourselves to think and say, you know what, maybe they're right. You know, or maybe, oh, you know what? No, I'm not into that, right? And that's why having discourse the way Paul and I do sometimes here in front of you guys is so important, right? And the fact that he's so open-minded and I'm also somewhat open-minded helps, because we're willing to see each other's points, right?
And what you say, find the clip together.
Let's find the edge, right? Let's find the edge, because it's an amazing quote that I read years ago, and basically this gentleman said, look, somebody believes the world is flat, you're not going to change their mind. Nobody can change anybody's minds. You can only influence, right? But you can't change. So when I finally accept that in life and I meet a person who thinks the world is flat, instead of trying to convince them that it's not, come on, let's go find the edge together. Right? So either I'm going to be wrong or you're going to be wrong, but let's find it together. Right? But at the moment where you can't, and this is where my first conversation with Paul started, at the moment that you can't agree on what truth is, you can't engage. You can't be in a conversation. You can't anything, because it's just going to turn into a circle jerk that's never gonna come to fruition. Right. It's never going to be resolved. Nothing's ever going to happen. So yeah, with Paul, we can find an edge because we're both open-minded, and we can both, you know what, I agree with that. And then what about this? And then we decide, try to figure out. So this is actually hopeful for America, because this lady saw, even though she was a Trump supporter and she didn't want him to be guilty, she couldn't help but find him guilty because she agreed on what everybody agreed on what truth was, right? This is truth. Look. Yeah, I can't argue with that. But if there were other things where you could find a slimmer of hope, a doubt, or whatever, reasonable doubt, she reasonably doubted a thing. So, okay, it's a hung jury here, hung jury there.
Yep.
But if you flip that, what were these other people thinking? Maybe it was, what is a jury? Standard jury is 9 people. Maybe there were 8 Hillary supporters in there. You never know. You don't know what's happening. And then suddenly you find a bunch of supporter people that just don't want Trump, don't like Trump, don't whatever, and they're gonna find anybody guilty. And she could have been the holdout, like, no, wait, trying to convince people. And you never know.
This is a reason why you need to vote, right? And then, well, Nika, what does voting have to do with anything? Juror selection. That's directly related.
Tell them.
Directly related. So the people who get selected for jurors duty, right, is the ones who vote, people who are registered to vote. So if you're not registered to vote, then you'll never get called for that. Now, you might be thinking, oh, well, then let me not do that. But this is what happens when you find young kids going to jail, or maybe your husband, or maybe somebody going to jail or whatever, and you're like, what in the heck has happened? Or maybe they got an unfair sentencing, or maybe because none of the jurors looked like you. None of the jurors have come from where you come from. None of the jurors have your background. And best believe when you got an actual defense lawyer and someone trying to put somebody in jail that are actually interviewing jurors, they're looking for certain things like that.
Right.
The defense people are looking to find jurors that go with the guy who's sitting on trial, so they can see, understand where he came from. Where the other guy's trying to find jurors that got that maybe were victims of a crime by somebody who looks like sitting in that position. So when they see him, they already see him as guilty already. Like it's a game, of life. So all of this stuff is going back and forth, and the attorneys are going back and forth, picking the right jurors that are gonna see their point of view with their story of what's going on for this client. And if no black people, none of my browns, none of my anybody, say it's all just white men,
you can't have a jury of your peers.
Yeah,
you cannot have.
You cannot do that,
jury of your peers.
And we all know now. Does it happen? Yes, all the time. Because guess what the excuse is? Well, this is what the voters look like. This is what the peers look like. These are the people who are involved in our community. This is what they look like. It's not our fault that it's 80% white and 10% Hispanic and 2% black. That's not our fault. That's the voters' people's fault. So again, it makes a difference. There's another reason if we want to make sure that our people are getting fair sentencing. I literally heard a story that a young lady was getting sentenced, and the people came in, and it was like literally, it was like a split, a little bit of a split of what they should give. Should it be 10 years? Should it be 2 years? Should it be 5 years? Should it be time served? Right? Because they're in there deliberating on that too. Right. And somebody said, well, I don't feel like being here all day. Somebody said, well, let you know, if y'all can figure it out right now, then we can go home. All right, 10 years. That's someone's life. Yeah. What was that? Your kid's life. That was their first mistake they ever made, but because the jurors want to go home and eat their chicken, your son got 10 years instead of 2, or whatever the case may be. So all of this makes a difference. It's all connected in some way, and it all makes a difference, and your support and your presence makes a difference.
It does. It does. I was on a jury. The first time I was ever on a jury, I was foreman. I became foreman. I was young too. I was like 20 years old, and they made me foreman of the jury. It was a murder case, gang murder. And it was in Miami, and there was basically this Latin king was on trial, right? And it was an interesting kind of thing, because now that I think of it, I was the only one that was probably his peer, right? Another young Latino kind of, dude, right? And then everybody else was like middle-aged, a couple of women, some Latinos, some black people, a few white folks. None of which would, on the surface, seem like a peer of his. Right. And yet, here we were, right? Like 9 people who probably never walked his his never walked his walk, never walked in his a mile in his shoes, never been to his neighborhood, never maybe, right? And in talking with some of them, I know none of you know
for a fact,
right? Yeah, like and that's harsh to be in a situation where you have to not only judge guilt or innocence, but then sit there and say, man, wait a minute, he don't deserve all this. Like, or maybe he does deserve all. You know what? Maybe he needs to be under the jail. Or maybe this is So it's really vote. Because and be in the pool,
be in the pool, get registered.
In all things community. Honestly, it doesn't take up that much of your time.
Nah.
It seems like people make it seem like it's more of a hassle than what it is. But the truth of the matter is, you on a jury, you get paid. They pay you a daily wage to be on that jury.
And you're excused from
gas, and you're excused from work. And then also that you make a difference, right? So it's important. It's definitely important.
It's always important when it's in your family. Just think of your family extended a little bit.
Right. Exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
Do you know?
Oh, real quick. October 3rd is the last day for registered to vote.
October 3rd.
October 3rd. So if you aren't registered to vote, please do it before October 3rd.
We should have some.
We'll have a registration party. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Event center's almost done. So.
Something.
Yeah.
We're gonna go, and it's on October. Maybe we should have some outdoor stuff.
Yes.
Cake.
Speaking of outdoors, Tucker's.
You see how she ignored my cake request?
Yeah, I did, because cake's everywhere. I have to bring cake
is
everywhere,
not everywhere
for him to come. I at least have to tell him it is.
You know what?
At least have to tell him it is.
It is not. If I have to request it every day, it is not everywhere.
This is true. This is a true statement.
Thank you. See,
we can find the truth
found
together.
The edge together. And the edge had German chocolate frosting.
Yeah, there's no cake on it. There's no cake. But look, you said outside, and yesterday we made a thing. We came up with a thing. We were at Tucker's, which is outside. They do not serve cake, but we will have some. But on the third Fridays, Jazzed Up Friday is going to be at Tucker's.
At Tucker's?
Yes.
It's that cool, huh?
I love Tucker's outside patio, right?
Okay.
Drinks are good, food's good. I just love the vibe. I want to bring it back somehow, some way.
Do they have an inside?
They have an inside. It is small.
Because it is 102
right?
today.
But we're going to do Jazzed Up Friday, and it's coming to the fall. You know what I'm saying? We only got September, October, November before December, and it gets too cold for us to be outside.
You think it'll be too cold in the evenings?
But we're in San Antonio, so we're 52 is too cold for us. Just wait till the cold. Let me tell you, just wait till the cold air comes and you start seeing the bomber jackets, and you're gonna be like, I'm still in short sleeves. What are y'all doing?
Yeah. I saw that in Miami.
Have scarves.
I saw
like
it'd be 75, and they're on some old boom. Couldn't wait to throw this on. I'm like, it is 75 degrees. You wearing Sub-Zero?
As soon
Arctic
as we get
clothing.
one little wind of air, Boots is coming out, boo. Did you feel that? Get the boots. Get your boots. It's cold outside. My ankles is cold. My ankles is cold. That's because you're sitting next to the air conditioning. Oh.
You don't know.
Oh.
You don't know my body. You don't know my feelings.
I thought it was cold outside. Yeah, we can't wait to put on them boots, man. But
Nice,
yeah, so
though.
we're gonna
That's
do Jazzed Up Friday.
I love it.
On the third Friday of the month at Tucker's outside patio.
Okay.
It's gonna be off the chain.
Very nice.
Yeah, we're gonna have a fun time out there.
I am down. Do you want to talk a little bit about BSG real quick?
Oh, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Absolutely, because
All right.
speaking of heat and outside and on your way home, we didn't talk about any of that, but BSG helps that. And so what I need for my people to do, in fact, I was saying this yesterday, and I don't know, did we get the switch over? When we switch over, they hear us now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because Glo was saying she couldn't hear us.
One time, Nika.
I was like,
one time.
Well, that's what I was going to tell her. One time, Glo.
It happened one time.
So I need all of my fabulous friends, Glo, everybody watching,
Jimmy.
Sharon, everybody, Jimmy, Auntie. I need y'all to call BSG, right? I don't care if you don't need a security system or not. I need you to call BSG and say, hi, I hear about y'all every morning with Miss Nika and Zay. I'm just curious, what you got for me? What might work for me? You don't have to buy it. You don't have to do any of that. Just get the information and tell them that you hear it from your peeps every day. Do me that favor, Glo. Talking to you.
Here's the thing.
Because I know my baby will do it.
Once you call, we honestly, because the deals are so good, we honestly almost dare you not to get the service, at least the service.
$14.95 if you already have a security system in your house. $14.95 a month.
$15 a month, guys,
to make sure that your home and your family's secure. $19 to put it on your phone. But when you call, should I give him the? I got a prize for you. Okay, I'm gonna put on the commercial. I'll put on a different commercial. Okay, I'm gonna put on a commercial, and if you can tell me, the first person to tell me what you get for free at BSG when you mention the one gets a prize this morning. Go.
Let's go.
Did you know you could protect your home and your family for as low as $14.95 or turn your home into a smart home at an affordable price? BSG has protected families and communities. They care about each family and give a full survey of your home and or business to recommend the right products for you. You are a name and not a number. You will have security options to choose from with easy access and surveillance from your phone and your smartwatch. Home security, home automation, home theater, alarm monitoring, as low as $14.95 a month. What's more important than your family and your kids? Your home. Get full control right at your fingertips, along with expert home security consultation and award-winning service. Call 210-877-1222 or visit them at bsgtexas.com. That's bsgtexas.com. BSG, making home automation simple.
All right.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Okay, so now the question is, what do you get for free based on that commercial, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we want you on the feed to let us know on Facebook, on Periscope, on YouTube Live, whatever it is that you're watching us on.
Because we're on all of those things.
We are on all of those things.
All of those things. And let us know what it is that you get for absolutely free, people. And when you mention the one, of course, what do you get for absolutely free when you mention the one?
Right.
And you tell me that, and I've got a cute little purse. It's cute.
What if you're a boy?
I got a cute little something over here. I don't know what that is, but it's for a guy. But isn't it cute? It says brown sugar. And it's got this cute little brown sugar. And it's got these cute little little thingies on it to close your little purse.
Zipper?
Mm-hmm. Got some of your brown sugar.
It has a name, Nika. It's called a zipper, man.
A zipper. It closes the zipper.
Okay.
On the little zipper.
With the little fringe things
with
on
little
them and
fringe
little
things on them.
Little fluffies and
it's
all that
so
good
cute.
stuff.
I'm gonna keep it if nobody wants it.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna keep it. So if you can tell me what you get for absolutely free when you mention the one at BSG, and then I please ask you to call and get some more information. Just let them know that, hey man, we hear about you guys every morning on the one, and we just wanted to, I just wanted to know what you got for me.
Word up.
Right.
Okay, here's a question. Do you think so there is a debate about whether or not teachers should be armed, right? Mm-hmm. So do you personally feel that teachers should be armed or not?
I feel like that teachers in general, I don't think there should be a gun in every classroom. Mm-hmm. I don't think that it would help any situation because the gun would have to be locked up. Okay. So when you have a shooting at the school and something that happens like that, how much time do you have to go to the closet, unlock it, get the top thing out the top thing, unlock that, get the gun, whatever the case may be, get that. Because there's too many kids, there's too many situations, it must be locked up properly. Yeah. So at that point, if I got to go unlock it, how much has already happened? Would it have been easier for me to get the kids out of harm's way than for me to go try to find the weapon, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like you wasted too much time. Okay. You could have taken those kids, all got in the closet, mm-hmm. you know what I'm saying, or whatever, rather than having to take your attention and focus off the kids now to now go find your weapon, right? Okay. So I don't think that's good. Just too many kids that ain't yours. In one building with armed stuff that's not always 24/7, on the side of somebody's hip or whatever the case may be. So I don't like that factor. And I don't trust, and I'm not gonna say don't trust, I think that a teacher has a lot of different stress levels throughout the day and the year. And it's definitely not their fault. And there's a lot of different kids you got to deal with and situations and scenarios. And people pop and they crack too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And we actually already had an incident where a teacher was trying to teach something and shot the thing went off. You know what I'm saying? And nobody died or anything, but it was an incident, right? So yeah. So that's where I'm at. I think that you should have security there or whatever, somebody there that has the training and everything else to do that. I also feel like teachers don't get paid enough money to even do what they're doing now, which is educating our kids. So to add that you need to have some skilled military force within you, because you got to go to training. You need to go to gun practice and all of these things if you're going to be in control of this gun. And I feel like you're putting more on a teacher that you're not giving them money enough for.
Okay.
It's like too much.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I ask is because the latest report is that the education secretary is examining a plan that would allow federal school money to be used to purchase weapons,
but not books.
T-shirts.
Because Betsy DeVos don't know nothing, man. DeVos, like with DeVos or whatever, like they were mad.
No, don't minimize Betsy DeVos. That's her name.
DeVos, right. Yeah, she. They were mad when she got into the position first because they felt like she didn't have enough of an education background overall. You know,
I believe she had no education background.
Okay, there we go.
She was a billionaire's daughter. They gave a lot of money to the Republican Party, and she got a job. Right.
So being that you don't have an education background and you don't know different sides of it, right? So you only know the rich side of public school life or private school life or whatever the case may be. You cannot really understand what's going on in a lot of these schools that need help and what their real issues are, and you can't relate to them. So that's what a lot of stuff that I heard when she first got put into the position. And it seems like they're correct. As she tries to get guns instead of books.
As she tries to allow you to buy guns instead of books. Yeah, for every gun can certainly buy supplies so that the teacher doesn't have to buy them, right?
Right.
Either way. So just letting you know that that's happening out there. And you know what? There was one last thing.
Federal funds to buy guns.
Right now you can't do that. Right now they're not allowed to do that. But she's examining a plan that might let that happen. Let that happen. So, so remember how we were talking about finding the edge earlier? I actually did want to say something in public, and it's directed at something that Paul was saying yesterday. Because I went to go look it up a little bit because I wanted to see if I was wrong, because I'm not always right, for sure. And so there was something that he mentioned yesterday that was about how they were saying that. Minimizing the campaign finance issues that these guys are getting hit for, because Obama's campaign was actually hit with the biggest fine in campaign finance infringement history.
Really?
Right? But it was like $314,000. His campaign was fined because it had a big infringement of campaign finance laws. Right? However, after further reading, it is true, but it is also a false equivalency, and people need to know that, right? So the reason that the Obama campaign was hit with a fine for campaign finance violations was because there's a time limit on reporting, right, of 48 hours or something like that. And there were 13,000 contributions that were made to the Obama campaign that weren't reported on time, right? And because there were like 13,000 different contributions that were made that weren't reported on time within the 48-hour window, that was the infringement of the campaign finance law, right? So the campaign got hit with the biggest fine ever, because it was of such a large scale, right? So 13,000 weren't reported within 48 hours, which is the time allotted, and so they got hit with a fine.
Right.
That is a far cry from being directed by the candidate to break the law and pay someone off so that it wouldn't come out during the campaign so that they can be president. Those are two very different scenarios, right? Did not reporting on time and missing the 48-hour window for reporting the thing, that's very different than purposefully breaking the law and saying, pay this person off, pay that person off, and, you know, use the money from this and whatever. So that's a very different. So I tried to find and I found the edge, and there it is. And I know that people have their own, oh no, well, I'm just saying, that's apparently what happened. So when they bring up Obama's thing, just know that his was administrative. You know, they didn't file on time. They didn't fill out all the paperwork on time. It wasn't a direct, like, I want to break this law. Can you do this? Whether you knew about the law or not, that's another thing. But in this country, fortunately or unfortunately, ignorance of the law is no excuse, right? It's no defense. So anyway, so that's where that lands right there. Who, don't look, which you probably already saw, but who is the highest paid actor in the world right now?
George Clooney.
Yeah. Well, cheater, pumpkin eater.
I like George Clooney.
So George Clooney, according to Forbes, is the highest paid actor in the world right now, right? Coming in at around, I think he made like $250 million last year.
What's George been in?
Here's the thing, though. It's not just about acting, and that's where the list is a little bit different, right? Okay. So George Clooney, highest paid actor in the world right now, and number 2 is The Rock, but The Rock made half of what George Clooney made.
And The Rock was in 10 more movies than he was in.
Right. So a lot of it has to do with, actually, let's show you big here. So a lot of it has actually to do with George Clooney's stake in a tequila brand, right?
Oh, nice.
So
everybody likes tequila.
One of the things that makes all these people incredibly rich is
investments.
Blame it on the alcohol, right? So George Clooney actually, his tequila brand, I believe it's called Casamigos Tequila. So he, another gentleman, and Randy Gerber of Gerber Foods, right? Who I think is married to Cindy Crawford, right? And they have little Gerber babies. Those three gentlemen started Casamigos, which roughly translated, even though they're missing a word in there. So house friends, friends, you know, friends at home or whatever it is, right? They sold Casamigos Tequila for $1 billion.
$1 billion?
$1 billion, right? And he made $239 million from that sale. So
I just saw my eyes when you said billion.
Right. $1 billion. Billion with a B. So anyway, that actually knocked The Rock back to second place, right?
Because he was in first place.
He was in first place, and it knocked The Rock back to second place with 124. I think it was $124 million in the same period, and then Robert Downey Jr. is down at 81.
What did The Rock even do before he became, or when he was The Rock, or why he's The Rock? What did he do? He was a wrestler?
Yeah. He came up through the ranks of WWE, but he comes from a family dynasty of wrestlers.
Got you. Because I felt like there was some wrestling going on and some stuff, whatever. But I don't know when was his movie break?
Oh my gosh, I think he wrestled maybe 5 or 6 years. I'm guessing, and then he was in a lot of these WWE guys end up doing like a WWE movie
and then
if it works, then other studios start picking him up for acting and stuff like that. And The Rock is just a magnetic personality, really nice guy. And
from being fine to cute to probably having a magnetic personality. I don't know. I ain't met him.
Wow.
But
wow.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's really cool.
And the fact that he has done, like, this year alone, like the last 5 years, dude, Jumanji and I mean, and the movies that he's done are good.
all the Fast Furious stuff that he's done.
The Fast and Furious, of course, and then you were talking about the breakup with that and the thing,
Right.
and The Rock
was-
trying to do
this
some
year
other
he was
stuff.
just in Rampage.
Rampage,
He
I love
was
Red
in-
George.
He was in Rampage. He was in
Yes.
Skyscraper.
Skyscraper.
Jumanji.
Okay.
So-
Jumanji's great.
But here's the thing,
He's in the
right?
helicopter movie with the hurricane people, and then he has to save the folks. He's in so many things.
So here's something interesting, right? Part of the thing that makes him so paid when it comes to movies is that he's not only able to negotiate high payouts for the movies because he's in them and he's a draw at the box office.
Was he one of them Tom Cruise? I do my own stunts.
No, I don't even know. I'm not sure. I know he has a double and other things too.
Okay,
Yeah, some
okay.
people say I look like his double. I know that look here is very different than here, right? But the fact that his social media is so massive, he has tens of millions of followers on social media, whether it's Instagram or Twitter or whatever, right? Definitely a lot of Instagram followers. Because his social media presence is so big, it adds at least 7 figures to every contract that he signs. Because that promotion
He's gonna post.
is unmatched.
It's unmatched.
That promotion
and
that
they
he
all
could
love
give
me
is
because they
unmatched.
my followers.
I'm bringing this to
Yes,
the table,
yes.
right? And and all I have to do is
I knew I
Insta one picture, and all of a sudden you got another million people.
Don't be
coming
mad
to
at
the
me
game.
when I bump my social media up because I need to be ready. I need to be ready for this
Need
7-figure.
to be ready.
And you know what's crazy? Y'all remember the movie? Forgot about the movies he did with Kevin Hart when he was the nerd. I love that movie too.
And they're working on more movies. So
Yes.
Jumanji they did together, and I think
I love Jumanji. I loved Jumanji.
I think there's another movie that they're working on right now, and it's funny to see them on social media like getting at each other.
Yeah,
which is
they
also
like to have
a hilarious,
a lot of little clips.
right?
Yeah.
So the last thing I saw was somebody made for Kevin Hart 2 like action figures, like dolls of each one of each one of them, right? One of The Rock in his wrestling days, and then one of Kevin Hart. They're both the same height, right? And the Kevin Hart one is like really buff because Kevin Hart is also very healthy.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
there's
is.
Basketball, small guy, but he's a very
lift
healthy.
weights, loves the healthiness. Yeah.
Very healthy. So, they show them both really buff, but then the Rock one has like this goofy kind of smile, like the face is all like and then the Kevin Hart one looks really cool. So Kevin Hart obviously takes a picture of it. It's the best thing I've seen since whatever, with this, this goofy ass Rock guy right next to this badass Kevin Hart. And then of course, after The Rock sees it, he retweets it or reposts it or what have you. He said, I can't get rid of this joke of a fart guy or whatever he calls him. It's just funny to see them hit each other, but then it's always like hashtag brothers, hashtag,
Absolutely.
great
Hashtag let's go
friends.
make this money.
Yes.
Hashtag standing on my stacks.
Right. Hashtag laughing on my stacks. I love it. I love it.
No doubt. No doubt.
So anyway, so The Rock was number 2. And Robert Downey Jr. was number 3 at $81 million. As a matter of fact, let me show you. Combined, all the actors on the top 10 list, you ready? Made $748.5 million in 2018. 18!
That was in 1 year.
It's not even month 9.
It was in 1 year. And the year's not over.
Right. So who else is on the list? I can tell you that Chris Evans came in number 10 at $34 million. Chris Evans, Captain America.
I love Captain
You
America.
love Captain America? Wow, he's rich.
I love Captain America.
He's rich.
I didn't like him with that beard, though. It really messed me up in the movie. I was like, cut off this beard. I don't like you with it. But I know he had another role, whatever.
Right.
But I love Captain America, yes.
Okay, cool. Well, Chris Evans made $34 million. Salman Khan, he's a Bollywood star. He came in at $38.5 million, which is interesting. Bollywood got bread, man. Them guys in India,
Oh yeah.
they rock out.
Oh yeah.
They absolutely.
Oh no, they absolutely do.
Yeah,
There was a
yeah.
convention down here in the convention center, honey, and they was rocking out, eating out, and I was just like, oh my God, y'all got so much money.
They do.
Like you got so much money,
They
and
got a lot of
the
money.
whole time I was just sitting there thinking, how do I get y'all money?
Yeah, they
I'm
got
sorry,
a lot of bread.
they got a lot of money,
They got a lot
man.
of bread. No, at number 8, Adam Sandler
Like
came
Adam
in
Sandler.
with $39.5 million, which is pretty cool. I mean, he signed a 4-film deal with Netflix.
Okay.
So that
Adam
has a
Sandler
lot of
proves
money.
that you can make money being a complete idiot, not even talking correctly. Yeah, that's like half his movies he don't even use his real grown-up voice.
That's not true anymore, but okay.
It's just not.
No, he's a normal guy now. I mean, in the beginning with Billy Madison and those
But that's
kind
what
of
I'm
things.
saying. But that's what made him.
Yeah, but he's got
huge.
like 15 movies right now, and
What movie
3
is
of
he in
those
right now? I haven't seen
You
him.
don't need me to IMDb this guy. Anyway, the point of the matter, he's got 4 coming out this year just with Netflix.
The last, with Netflix, but what was the last big movie he did?
Well, his Netflix movies are huge.
Well, I mean, outside of Netflix.
Why has it got to be outside
Because
of Netflix?
I don't watch Netflix, so I don't know any of them. I would like to know one
You need me
that
to
he
look
actually
up,
does.
You need me to look up this guy's. All right, I can.
Like his cinema
I'll
movies.
stop
But
my
look,
bit so
I'ma
that I
tell
can
you.
look up for you. Actually, hold on.
No, you don't even have to look it up. But I will tell you that like all of Adam Sandler's like beginning stuff,
He's also a producer.
he is a producer.
He is,
and one of the
he
things that I
produces for
like
other
about
people.
one of the things that I love about Adam Sandler, which I feel like he has done, because through all of his movies you will see the same kind of group of guys, right?
Oh, yeah,
and
his people, his boys. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
boys be in all of his stuff. I don't care if they at the drive-through in the McDonald's window serving a hamburger or whatever, but
They're
they
gonna
are
be in
in every one of his movies, and I
Yes.
think that is
100%.
the
You're
ish.
right. Okay,
So that's why I fell in love with him, because I was like, he always got his boys and everything. I think it's
Yep,
awesome.
It is awesome. Hotel Transylvania is an animated movie. He's in that. Let me see. This was little.
Which ones does he talk normal in?
Stuff here. Like everything since 20 years ago, he talks normally in. Let me see. He does a lot of guest spots. I'm noticing.
Yeah.
The do-over, the Ridiculous Six, that was funny.
Yeah, the Ridiculous Six
all
was
of
funny.
Hotel Transylvania stuff he's in. He plays Dracula in Hotel Transylvania. He was in Top 5 with
Yeah, I didn't really like that movie.
okay, fine. He's in Blended.
Love Blended.
Blended is amazing.
I don't believe he talks normal in Blended.
he did talk normal
did-
in Blended. He was a
had couple-
dad in
He
Blended.
had a couple of high notes.
Wow. You know what? I can't have this
You
conversation.
can get off
with you.
this list. I
I
know.
can't have this conversation with you.
I love Adam.
You are
I love
not,
Adam.
You are not being my
And
friend
I'm
right
gonna tell
now.
you, I have all of his movies at the house too. So
There you go.
I'm a supporter. I'm like the real ones, the DVDs.
Exactly. I got all the albums, original
The
pressings
right.
from 1985. Another Bollywood star, Akshay Kumar. He came in at number 7 at $40.5 million. Bollywood making a showing out here, right? Which is great. Let's see. So who's next? Will Smith. Will Smith came in at number 6 with $42 million. Some of the money came from his contract again with Netflix, right? He
Right.
recently had that movie called Bright. Which,
Bright, I love Bright. I love Bright.
And there's going to be a sequel to Bright that's
Is there?
coming out soon. Yeah.
So you know, Bright like is the dudes. What's the other people in Bright, like the Bright people?
Okay, so the idea behind Bright is, imagine if all the fairy tales and all of the people, pixies and angels
and
and
all that stuff was
all that
actually
stuff
real.
Was actually real,
Right,
And it
right.
was true. And these are. And they come to Earth, so to speak, and they interact with human beings.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And so, what's society like? What are?
But what's the name
And he's a
of
police officer.
of his partner? What's the name of their breed?
I think
or
they're
breed. That's horrible. I didn't mean to say it like
either
that.
ogres or orcs.
That's what it
Yeah,
is. It's
yeah,
orcs.
yeah.
Okay.
So, anyway, it's a good movie. You should watch it.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
I like it.
Get your cousin's password if you don't have one.
Because apparently you can share. No worries.
All right, so Will Smith comes in at $42 million. At number 5 is Jackie Chan.
Where he been?
With $45.5. Okay, so here's what you got to understand.
Where Jackie Chan been?
There is a planet of people out there and different things that happen that aren't necessarily within the scope of the 300 million that are just right here. There are 6-7 billion people in the world that are doing things.
But we talking about movies, aren't we?
We're talking about paid actors, right? The highest paid actors
I thought we were talking
in the
about
last year.
because that they made movies and their movies were good.
Well, George Clooney made Tequila, and the Tequila was good, and that's why he's
highest paid actor.
His job is he's an actor.
Okay.
You know?
So what's Jackie Chan been doing?
Well, Jackie Chan still makes movies, obviously, in China. No, honestly, the issue is that it's movie driven for Jackie Chan, right?
Okay.
For a lot of the lower guys, it's movie driven, right? The only one it seems to not be movie driven with is George Clooney, right? Because he could make his money in his movies, but really the Tequila thing put him way over the top.
Gotcha.
So he was actually in 6 films in the past year, including something called Kung Fu Yoga, and there was an American movie that was released here called The Foreigner. If you remember The Foreigner, that was actually really good. He also made a series of product endorsements and brought in revenue from a line of theaters that he owns. This guy owns movie theaters. So there you have it. Jackie Chan at number 5 with 45.5. Chris Hemsworth, Thor, your favorite.
I love Thor.
She loves Thor. He brought in $64.5 million over the past year.
He's married.
And we can imagine what that's all about. Yeah. Yeah, he's married.
And he looks like he has fun.
Yeah. He's married to a Latina. Yeah, very, very Spanish.
Very Spanish.
Spanish. Tick-a-ding. But she's also very sweet too.
Yeah.
I've never met him. I've met her.
Gotcha.
She's very nice.
Well, I will look forward to meeting him.
Right. So Chris Hemsworth is at number 4 with 64.5 million. Robert Downey Jr. number 3 with 81. Iron Man is definitely getting it, and I think they're working on, if memory serves, they're working on another Sherlock Holmes movie that'll be coming soon.
And he was Sherlock Holmes.
And he's Sherlock Holmes too.
I think he did a good job at Sherlock Holmes as well.
He did do a good job. I was very excited about him being Sherlock Holmes because he brought something else to it, right? Like vulnerability, so to speak, right? Like he gets beat up.
Yeah.
He fights. He fights well. He fights hard, but he also gets his butt kicked, right? He's not Iron Man. And then I just get, you know? In that one, he might be out for a half an hour and you don't see him for a minute because he's in a closet somewhere tied up. It's like, what the? How did I?
He's laid out.
There is no escape for me. I need somebody to come get me. And as we said, number 2 was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson with all his stuff happening. Most of his earnings came from acting at $124 million. And as we said, George Clooney at number 1 with $239 million.
I love it. Yeah. Well, that's some good stuff. I know now who to try to befriend in the next year.
Right.
Be my friend.
Right.
So for the fabulous prize and the answer to what does BSG do, nobody did. But Connie actually guessed. Connie, it's not estimates. It's actually a free smart GPS thermostat that you get when you call BSG. Tell them the One Radio sent you, and when you sign up for the whatever, you would get a free smart GPS thermostat. And what is a smart GPS thermostat? That means that I live over here, and when I leave, I cross over 1604, and maybe I'm going downtown.
Go to work.
So to go to work,
whatever,
right. So every time I leave my house, I might not turn nothing off. As soon as I cross 1604, everything automatically shuts off in my house. And then I go downtown. And then on my way back from coming home or whatever, and I cross that same spot in 1604, everything in my house shuts on and heats up or cools down or does whatever it needs to do. Smart cameras, garage door openers, sprinkler systems, all that good stuff, and actual alarm monitoring for as low as $14.95. So this goes back in the box, and somebody else will win it another day.
Can you do that to people? I don't know.
No,
maybe that's not nice. That's not nice. I apologize.
So
on
what do
myself
you
and my family.
get is a free thermostat.
Get a free thermostat
from the One. And
so write that down, lock it in. If we ask the same trivia question before the week is over,
there you go. Now you know the answer.
It.
Or on a different show.
And it's almost like, I don't want to say.
What?
Not like the commercial didn't tell you. It says it in the commercial.
Did it say in the general commercial?
Doesn't it?
No.
It doesn't?
Not the one I
I
played.
apologize again on behalf of me and my family. But now you know. Free thermostat, free smart GPS thermostat when you mention
The one.
Uno. El Uno.
El uno.
El Uno. Esta semana, aquí en El Uno.
Yo me gusta leche.
Yo me gusta leche. Don't know what any of those words mean except for leche. Right.
Shanita said, I want it. Well, Shanita, you should have been on when we actually
Shanita,
said the stuff.
we all want things.
We all want things.
But there's a price to pay for things. You go to the supermarket,
pay
you want
for
some
it.
butter, you give them money.
So you come
over
here,
you want a prize, you got to pay. I mean, play,
you got to listen.
not pay. You have to listen and play the games and
Yes,
enjoy the
yes,
time
yes.
with us so that then you can be eligible to win.
That's right. That's
a
right.
chance to win. Okay.
But before you go there, let's let them play or hear just one more thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of important.
What do you
and
wanna talk
that's making sure where they are September 9th.
Don't tell me.
You
Is
know,
it this one?
You
Is
know
it
they
this
got
one?
to direct their
Yeah,
pizza
yeah.
to Tank's Pizza.
Absolutely.
So that's
Makes me
what's
wanna
going
pee.
on. It does. Why don't you just put the whole thing on so they don't see that you're gone? And I'm gonna play the commercial. It's a pee break. Don't go anywhere.
Wait. Can you see me?
Go.
Tank's Pizza, located at 902 North New Braunfels Avenue, is the home of a modern interpretation on classic Italian dishes with the use of only the best and high-quality ingredients. You want pasta? They've got it. Calzones? They've got it. Wings? They've got it. And they even got salads for my healthy eaters with lunch specials and a lunch buffet, all for less than $10. And don't forget to wash it down with a glass of Kool-Aid. Their hours of service are Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Saturday, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Be sure you call my people at 210-320-9224. That's 210-320-9224. Yes, they do deliver. Just call them. Tank's Pizza. All that's missing is you.
All that's missing is you. What? I said, all that's missing is you. Huh. I said, all that's missing is you. What? I said, oh, okay. Well, y'all can't see me dancing because Zay went pee. He went pee, and he controls that board over there. I control this board over here. So, you can't hear me because he went pee, and I don't know what button to push. I don't know what button to push to bring it back. And he went pee, and so Tank's Pizza, you got to direct your pizza.
That was an amazing commercial, Nika. So,
I'm like,
I can't pee in 30 seconds, Nika.
it's hard. You probably could pee in 30 seconds. You just can't put it back up
I also
in that time.
takes a while to unravel and
Wrap it back up. Right.
no, honestly, I had to wash my hands.
Right.
It takes
There's
time.
things.
There's things.
It's okay.
There's things.
Let me tell you, September 9th, you need to be at Tank's Pizza. September is a huge thing. September 6th is Drew Hill. September 8th is the comedy show with Earthquake, and all the people from Wildin' Out, and then September 9th is football.
There it is.
Great week. And so we have tickets, by the way, for the Earthquake. If you want them cheaper, holla at your girl. I got 4th row for cheaper than anybody else can get them.
4th
That's
row.
all I'm going to say. I got 4th row tickets for cheaper than you can get them anywhere.
Right.
Anywhere. So if you want to go to the show, holla at your girl. And if you want to go to the show, holla
Why
at your
must
girl.
I be haunted by this?
Right. Then
I'm joking.
that's what it is. So
And it's not scalping if they let you. Should I have not said that? I should not.
I'm not
have said
scalping
that. I should
nothing. I
not.
just have the hookup.
I'm joking.
That's
I'm
all that
joking.
is.
No, absolutely.
Maxwell's coming in October.
Oh, you want to go through stuff?
Nah.
No?
Look at me. Nah. Not really.
Maxwell.
Jazzed Up Friday is Friday.
All right, if you don't want to go
tomorrow.
through stuff, then don't go through stuff.
But can I just say at least Jazzed Up Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Well,
Because everything else is not. I ain't updated that stuff.
But Maxwell is definitely coming to town
Yes.
October 29th. If you want tickets to that,
Go buy them. I already gave ours away. Look, I already gave ours away.
Oh,
So on our birthday, on October
I just look
7th.
really silly. It's hard to be cool after that one.
Now, on October
Apologize.
7th, on August 3rd, August 1st was our 7-year anniversary, and on August 3rd we had a party, and Mama Nika gave everything, every free ticket that we had
I remember.
away at that party. So if you didn't come celebrate 7 years with us, then you didn't get your chance to go see Maxwell for free, or Drew Hill, or Earthquake, or
gas.
yeah, any of that stuff. We gave all of those tickets away for the people who actually took the time to come celebrate 7 years with us.
Absolutely.
So
there was a lot of talking yesterday about Nicki Minaj's tour, right? Because now she has a new album. You know how they do. New album, videos, tour time, right?
Right.
So there was a lot of talk about Nicki Minaj's tour being canceled because there was some issues yesterday, and there was word that it was canceled due to low ticket sales, right? And it was reported on Billboard and other places that it was. Nicki Minaj is now basically responding to that, saying that the tour has not been canceled, people. The tour has been postponed. And part of the reasoning behind that is actually logistical. She's promoting, she's working, she's grinding, and she honestly doesn't have time to not only produce and put together a big tour, but mainly it's about when you do it, you got to do it right. And there is a lot of rehearsal as well as setup that has to happen before you actually go on tour. And the rehearsal parts are the parts that she's having a hard time putting in this massive schedule of hers and planning. Yeah. So we could get producers and people that's going to, put together an amazing tour. Great. But if you don't have the star able to actually participate in preparing for the tour, then that makes it difficult. So she's trying to get it straight. She's trying to make sure that everybody gets it straight. It has not been canceled. It has been postponed. Just a little while things in the schedules work out. So just in case you were wondering, Nicki Minaj will come to town at some point.
at some point.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I am not a big Nicki Minaj fan. I'll interview her though. Hey Nicki, what's up, girl? Proud of you.
I like Nicki Minaj. Well, don't tell you proud of her if you're not a fan. Just
Well, you can be proud of people without being a fan, can you?
No, not me.
No?
I just be like, because I'm petty like that. I just be like,
that being petty though.
But like, are you proud of? But do you like me? No.
Not really.
But can't you be proud of my achievements?
Absolutely.
No. Who is you achieving stuff? What does that mean? That's probably, I shouldn't be like that. I'll stop.
Who is you achieving things? Like I care. What you achieve.
I don't like you or your Nobel Prize.
I mean, that's why I feel like with Cardi B, I don't like her music, but I like her grind.
Okay.
No, but
Right,
I mean, I'm
right,
not
right.
finna jam Cardi B. You ain't gonna get in my car and Cardi B jamming.
I like it like that.
you gonna hear Stephon Marley. You gonna hear Say Rock. You gonna hear all of that stuff. You is not finna hear no Cardi B.
I can get you to jam out to a Cardi B
I don't even
song.
have Cardi B logged in on the station.
I can get you to jam out to a Cardi B song.
Okay, I'm sure.
It's about presentation, right?
Is
It's
it?
about presentation.
Well, I heard
if
one
you,
song.
If you rocking out, right? If the right presenter, the right DJ can make you rock out to
anything.
Anything.
If they play it in the right.
If they play it right,
No, I
right?
believe you.
So
But I don't
you
even
can-
play
you can
Cardi
rock out.
B. I don't
You
even
can
play
rock.
Cardi B on here.
No, I understand. I understand.
just,
I understand. Understand it.
Right. I'm
I
not.
do.
I'm not
I get
a
it.
fan of her.
I get
I
it.
suck people's stuff as a freaking hook line. Like, yeah. All right. Okay. I'm not playing that. And everybody loved that song.
We only do it in private. Shh.
Everybody loves
Don't
that
tell
song.
everybody I do that.
Why are you singing that you suck Offset stuff? You don't even know Offset. But that's the song. That's
What are you
horrible.
talking about? That's her husband.
But that's horrible. I think that's a horrible song. That your lyrics, that your hook is that you suck someone's stuff. Little kids is singing, I suck, you fired Hush.
Okay.
I don't like it.
It is not Cardi B's fault.
No, that 5-year-olds sing the song. I don't even like it,
or that
though.
their parents allow them to hear the music.
I don't
right?
want to sing that I suck Offset's stuff.
Then don't.
Is my point. But
I
it's a hook to a song, right? So you're putting that in, that is what's in the air. Like, I suck Offset. So now women are singing how they sucking dudes' pee-pees. That is not cool to me. Like, that's not cute. At all. At all. So I don't like it. But that's just me. That's my opinion. I don't have to like it, and I don't sing it, and I don't play it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just the one song, though.
But that's
There's
just
plenty
that
of
song.
other stuff.
Right.
There's
And then the
plenty of
one
other
song that I did like, kind of liked, was the one that she talked about killing her dude if he cheated on her again. And I was like, yeah, I kind of like that one.
I wonder what that's about.
I can relate.
I wonder. So Nicki Minaj just postponed her thing. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
all
it.
right. All right.
So we can close that one. I don't want to talk about these people anymore.
No, we already talked about them.
I don't want to talk about those people anymore. I mean, there's so many things that they're involved in. You know what I mean? There's just so much stuff. Look at that. Grrr.
He is.
Grrr. I'll just show you people real quick what we're looking at.
Yeah, he is a mess.
You want to see it big? I'll show you big. Grrr. Grrr. Okay, let's just get rid of that. Just don't want to give it any more air. I don't care. I don't care. You got me looking up Adam Sandler.
I just needed to know if he made a movie that he talks
lots
normal.
of movies.
I don't have any of them.
You like Blended.
I do like
Was
Blended,
good.
but I feel
you
like he talks.
50 First Dates. Did you see that one?
Okay, so look,
Do you like it?
I do, but he talks weird in 50 First Dates too.
No, he does not.
Yeah.
Grown Ups. Any of the two Grown
I
Ups
love
movies?
Grown Ups.
Doesn't
Those
talk
are my
weird
favorite.
there. Doesn't talk weird there.
Those are my favorite.
Let's see, Jack and Jill. Well, he played a woman, so like he played himself and his sister,
his
right?
sister, yeah,
so
yeah.
he had to put on a voice for at least the sister part. That's My Boy. Zookeeper.
That's My Boy. I like That's My Boy, but the other dude talked weird in That's My Boy. Somebody got to talk weird in all his movies.
Let me see. Grown Ups Again. Funny People. Bedtime Stories. Don't Mess with the Zohan. He was in that one.
Don't mess with the Zohan! Man, that was when he was the barber. Yes! And he would.
He likes that one.
He used to talk weird in that one.
Do you remember I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry? Chuck and Larry was a good one.
That was cool.
That was good.
Yeah, but the Zohan, man, I
Click,
love it.
Remember Click, where
With the TV remote, yeah.
So none of these movies he talks weird in. The Longest Yard was the
a lot of
remake
weird.
of the remake of the old Burt Reynolds movie.
He
Doesn't
remade
talk
The
weird
Longest
in that.
Yard?
Yeah, he remade
I
The
love.
Longest Yard.
Wait,
You love
no.
the original?
Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Let me stop. Sorry. Go. Yes, I like The Longest
The
Yard.
Longest Yard.
It
so
took me
that
a
was
second,
good.
but yes, I do like that movie a lot. I told you I like Adam Sandler. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I know, but
As a
he doesn't
fan.
talk weird in all of them. Anger Management.
He's
that
got
wasn't
a
even,
line
I
where
don't
he
even think
talks
that was a
weird in all of
comedy.
them.
Anger Management.
Anger Management's great.
Yeah.
Love Anger
I
Management.
don't remember if that was a comedy. or
It's a
not.
comedy. There's comedy parts.
Mr.
because
Deeds. Oh, Mr. Deeds was so good. I liked Mr. Deeds a lot. And this is another thing. One of the cool things about Adam Sandler movies is that they always leave you feeling really good. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
watch it and it's like,
I
oh,
like Adam
that was a
Sandler
great
movies.
movie.
And he's very giving. Like, he gave all of his friends a Ferrari in one of the movies, and I think that was Mr. Deeds. Like,
that was nice.
he's so giving. I like him.
The whole town gets Ferraris. Just cause.
Just cause I love y'all.
Just cause.
But that's what, to me, his movies reflect the kind of person. Like, when I see his movies, I feel like, man, that's probably you in person.
Maybe,
Right? Like,
yeah.
I feel like he's him. It's kind of like when I watch Gabrielle Union. I feel like that's her personality.
that's her?
That's her. She's not acting. That's her.
Yeah.
She just showed up to the scene
Yeah.
and remembered the lines. That's it.
Yeah.
But I like him. I like him.
Oh, yeah. Big Daddy. Marissa McKinney
Big Daddy.
has wrote in Big Daddy, and Big Daddy was good too.
Mm-hmm.
Also didn't talk weird in Big Daddy.
But he talks weird a little bit in some movies. Some lines.
Nika just really wants this guy to just talk weird.
Weird.
He talk weird. Talk weird? Yeah, you talk weird. How do I talk weird? You just do.
You just do.
Why?
Agree
Because I
with
put on
me.
a voice in
Look,
Saturday Night Live.
Agree with me and let's move on.
Right.
It will be okay.
Zachary.
Do not forget to check. Don't forget to download the app. Okay, the One Media Hub. Download it. Make it happen. Pay that 99 cents. Support initiatives. Go to Jazzed Up Friday this Friday at Breathe. It might just be the last one at Breathe. So go to Jazzed Up Friday at Breathe and celebrate the end of summer officially. Right? So we'll be there. It is. You know what August 24th is also?
What's that?
Dare I say something? What it is? It's my daddy's birthday.
August
24th. So Jazzed Up Friday, we weren't going to do Jazzed Up Friday anymore over at Breathe, but I was like, one more time. And the experience was already booked for it, and I was like, it's my daddy's birthday, so that's gonna be my daddy's birthday party for me and my daddy.
There you go.
I'm gonna be drinking Long Island iced teas all night, because that was our drink.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That was our drink. And and chewing on a cigar. I'm not going to smoke the cigar because I don't smoke cigars, right?
Okay. But you're going to chew on a cigar, you're going to have Long Island iced teas, and enjoy Jazzed Up Fridays. Jazzed Up Friday in honor of
Thomas J. Cleaver Jr.
I love it. I love it. Very nice.
So I'm excited. So definitely come out to Jazzed Up Friday and hang out with us. And then get ready for more great things to come, man. It's all kinds of good stuff happening and popping off, and new shows. Watch the new shows, the new Ish, all those good things that are coming on the One TV. We have some awesome programming, some awesome hosts. We giving you information on everything. Like literally, we sat down and was like, what's important? Business tips, finance tips, investment tips, health tips, woo. So our 2 o'clock shows go over everything that the community needs information on, educational stuff, how to get your kid into college, how to fill out applications, how to get money, how to get, scholarship stuff. Like we doing that for the education show at 2 o'clock on Monday. On Tuesday, it's all about finance and investments. So, how do we invest money? What should we invest in? How much money should we be saving a year? How do we save? How do we do these things? What should we buy? What's of value right now? What's open for on the stock market or whatever the case may be? What buildings are available? How much do they cost? What kind of land is available for us to go and grab that could be as cheap as $100? Wow. You never know. So that's where that show is for. And then we have the business show. So anything to help your business, to business tips, spotlighting businesses, all that kind of good stuff. And then we have just fashion, because you got to have some fashion in there too. That's part of life. Shoes, everything fashion, hair, shoes, shirts, purses, all that stuff. Fashion show. So those are our 2 o'clock shows throughout the week. At noon throughout the week, cooking. So today Kim will be here cooking some butter garlic linguine with shrimp something. Or chicken. I am so excited.
Tell her to bring some sponge cake.
Look at me. I am so excited.
I'm saying. Sounds amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah. So that's happening at 12. Then we always do the community updates at 11.
Yep.
So Adrian House and our boy Yonel, he comes in. Urel. How do I call him Yonel? Urel, thank you.
That's the other guy.
Yes, thank you.
She gets them mixed up. It's okay. We all look alike.
Yeah, I know they don't.
All us men. She just sees a general malaise of testosterone, and she's like, "That's a man. You, the taller one, come this way." What?
Exactly. So they always come in at 11:30 to give you just community updates. So voting polls are open, or we're talking to this councilman.
So who's Pro Alert Gervin?
Pro Alert Gervin.
Does it make sense?
Project Alert?
He said, I don't know. It says Pro Alert. It says, I will be there. Sad that it's the last one. I guess talking about Jazzed Up. It is not the last Jazzed Up Friday.
It just may be the Friday at Breathe.
At Breathe.
So starting next month, the Jazzed Up Friday will be on the 3rd Friday of the month at Tucker's.
Right. So it's not. So worry not. Cry not,
but bring your butt. But bring your butt.
Right.
Yes.
Go to Jazzed Up Friday at Breathe, and then we just gonna direct our feet to the Tuckers and rock out Jazzed Up Friday.
And of course, we had to wait till summer was kind of over because it is hot and it's hot at night.
Yeah.
But September, October, it should be great nights.
Right.
If you've ever been to Tucker's on the patio, it's a great time.
Right.
So we just, instead of doing a DJ, we're going to bring the live music and the DJ on 3rd Friday and just have a ball.
And just rock out.
And start happy hour. And of course, it starts at 6 and goes. And then the DJ will take over later that night.
We know it's hot. But if we could just get them to stay open till 4:30. Around
By
3:30
a.m.
77 degrees, beautiful outside. Everybody's like, this is a great party.
Yeah. So definitely come out to breathe and celebrate. So yes, Jan Pro, whoever said Project Alert,
yes,
come. And I'm thinking if it's Project Alert, that's probably George Gervin, which of course is partners over here at the One Radio as well, where we talk about their drug-free communities and all the things that they do every second Thursday. Don't get me to lying, but I want to say every second Thursday of the month from 11 to 12, you can go talk to George Gervin School and talk to them about all the different activities and things that they're doing to help keep the kids off of drugs.
Love it.
So one of the best things is activities. And so they did the Fine Arts program with SA Fighting Back and the program Project EPPC. East Point Project Coalition, right? So they came together and did a fine arts thing this summer.
Yep.
And actually they'll be coming in here in a couple of days. They should have been here today probably, just to talk about updates of different stuff that's going on. Because we got to stay updated. There's always things moving. And what do we say? We didn't know about it.
Right.
But we're trying to tell you about it.
We're trying to let you know.
I'm saying? To let you know.
We're trying to let you know.
So that's what that is. And it's going to be fun. So see you at Jazzed Up Friday. But before that, we'll see you right here tomorrow.
Aquí, mañana, solo por el uno.
Yo me gusta leche. What is Cotton Candy Friday in Spanish? El Cotton Candy Day Friday.
That is not it. You know what? I'll figure it out. Because I have to ask my mom how you say cotton candy. I think it's no.
Wait,
I want to say palomitas,
Lunes,
but palomitas
martes,
is actually
jueves, viernes. Viernes is Friday.
Very good. She dug into that high school Spanish one. She like lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves.
Yes.
Jueves with an H.
Jueves.
Like it's H sound, but it's a J.
Right.
So jueves. Right. And viernes.
Viernes, sábado, domingo.
Good job. She's getting it, people. She's getting it. Pretty soon we're going to be El Uno, solo aquí en Telemundo.
Yo me gusta leche.
Huh?
Exactly. I love it. All right. Dear Lord, thank you so very much for waking us up for a new day and giving us the opportunity to uplift the kingdom. Thank you for Zay. Thank you for our listeners. Thank you for the people. Thank you for the folks that care. Thank you for the folks that love. Thank you for the folks that uplift. May we be those folks to others as well. Give us traveling grace today. And of course, let's keep joy in our hearts, knowing that all things are possible through you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen, amen, and amen.
And thank you, Lord, for Nika for existing. For sure. There it is. We appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for hanging out with us today on yet another Thursday that is in the can. We are going to see you guys tomorrow. As always, we love you. Keep it sexy, keep it classy, and keep it clean. SCC.
That's right, baby. We love
Kissy
you.
face.